93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's middays with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. And people, if you're anything like me, you felt some bit of normalcy this morning, waking up in a post-sports era. Steve Rummage in the building, Brian Hall in the booth.
Baby, I'm in the building? Okay, I'm in the building. All right. We didn't know if mic one was going to work or not, but it's working.
Okay,
so
there you go.
you can hear me. We're good to go. And listen, last night was incredible. Like, last night was smoke a cigarette worthy for me. And then I come in this morning, and I go over to the studio, and I realize we have now, Marcus, a massive TV on one wall, a massive TV. So there'll be
three 55-inch TVs through the studio.
Huge TVs, Marcus. One behind Brian,
yeah.
One behind you, and one behind me.
We're going to be able to watch 3 different games at a time.
3 different things at a time.
So we are flourishing as a program as well.
Yes, it is awesome. So my last 12 hours or so has been great. It's great.
Brian Hall in the booth. Brian, what's going on, my man?
None too much. We got football kicked off last night, so I was excited to actually sit down and watch some NFL. I know it wasn't too much of a game, but I'm just happy to have the fantasy football blood rolling again. I know you don't want to talk about fantasy football too much, but it's something that I really enjoy, and it's good to have it back. It brings a little bit of normalcy to this crazy world that we're living in right now.
And that's the truth.
No, actually, I would have listened. This is probably the one day out of the entire year that I had a fantasy football relief moment when I saw Hilaire break away for a touchdown. Steve could vouch for my disappointment until he broke away.
I think a lot of people did, man. Me and Brian were talking yesterday or the day before. We were like, man, a lot of people are going to be watching that game, watching him, because a lot of people took him
very
really early. Yeah,
it was a first-round pick for everybody, and they were hoping it worked out.
100%. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of people, I think, had their eyes on that. But it looks like he's worth it. Man. So
David Johnson looked good, too, even in the loss.
Yeah, David Johnson put up numbers. It was a good – listen, it was awesome. But, Marcus, I got to make a confession.
I'm listening.
I didn't watch a ton of it.
You were watching that Miami game.
I couldn't help myself. I had to watch that Miami game.
Get the college football blood going.
I had to watch that Miami game, man. Look, I was like, the Chiefs, all right, whatever. I don't like the Chiefs really. I don't really like the Texans, so I was like, eh. I mean, I did watch. Right. I mean, don't get me wrong, the NFL is still the best product in the world. So, but, I'm like, Sunday, Lamar. I get to start my day with Lamar in Cleveland and end my day with the Cowboys and the Rams. So it's like, it's gonna be awesome,
Day.
Yeah, it's gonna be incredible. So the Vikings Packers are
I know,
week
that's what
one.
I'm pumped about.
Yeah, like that's awesome.
I love how they kind of matched up some really good games for week one.
Yeah, right. Who do the Lions play?
It's good old Chicago Bears, baby.
Lions
Bears. That's a division rival.
That's
right
a
there.
division game. Like, that's awesome. I'm here for the Lions and the Bears. Like, are you kidding? That'd be great. So yeah, there's the Saints and the Bucks. That's gonna be. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna watch Lamar versus Baker. Tom Brady versus Drew Brees.
Yeah.
And then I get to watch the Cowboys and the Rams at night, in that brand new SoFi Stadium. I'm like, this is just awesome. And Marcus, I know, so I'm going to get back to college in just a second, but I know
it's Friday. Take your time, Steve. We're having fun today.
I don't know if I annoyed the crap out of you on the phone or not, but if I did, I thank you for just putting up with me. Because our conversation last night, we were on the phone. We had about a little 30-minute chat, and the Lakers game was ending. The Chiefs and the Texans were playing. Miami was playing. The Cubs and the Reds were playing. Which, thanks, Cam. Yeah,
Shout out to Cam Maven doing his things for the Cubs, and the Cubs are loving him back. And it's a
he
beautiful
did.
thing.
He did. Even I had to tip my cap at him. It's not really the Cubs and the organization. It's just the fans.
Go,
Kudos to you.
go Cubs, go.
I know. So, but all this is on last night, and I mean, I'm on the phone with Marcus, and I probably said 150 times, like, this is just awesome. This is awesome, man. This is great. And it's funny, man. My wife come in. I was in the chair. I'm watching these games, and she was like, "Well, I'm going to bed." And it was so funny because
So yeah, okay, huh?
yeah, no, yeah, she knew. Okay, yeah, you're done for the night. But it was so funny because Scott Kennedy, salesman extraordinaire, was in here this morning. He was talking to me, and he told me about the same story. He's like, yeah, my wife was like, yeah, you're gonna fall asleep on the couch, aren't you? Like, so everybody was just like, this is just great. Yeah, so I really, really enjoyed having football and having things like that, and the products looked good. It looked just fine. If you were dropped out of a spaceship and didn't know there weren't fans in the stands, you wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, of course, I mean, if they showed the aerial view, you did, but I mean, just in game watching, you would have had no idea.
I mean, you look in the background of the Chiefs game. I'm looking at the highlights right now, and every time they show a touchdown, they have those kind of those coverings, those red coverings, because it's in Chief Stadium, so it has the coverings. And when there's not the coverings, and when you see the people, I guess by now they were probably kind of moving down a little bit closer. You know what I'm saying? But if that's 20% capacity, roughly 20% capacity, it's still fans and it's still football and it's still like, yeah, like you said, the aesthetics were they weren't bad at all, man.
You know who else I thought about though last night?
I'm listening.
I hate to be a wet blanket guy. And this is the father, the sports guy in me, but this was more the dad in me. I thought about the Ohio State players and the Big Ten players. And I was just like, they've got to be sick. They've got to be sick, man. And what made me think about that was I read, where the Ohio State lineman, he's a projected first-round pick, and he's kind of the first one that he was like, I'm just heartbroken. He's like, so he's like, I'm gonna go ahead and declare now for the draft. If they decide to play and later in, I'm out. And I was like,
no.
oh, and as excited as I was, it just made me sick. It just made me sick for them, man. Because, I mean, and the reason I said Ohio State, I mean, I guess that's unfair. Because, I mean, the whole conference, really. But it was like, man, I just couldn't imagine working your whole life.
Oh, my God.
And now I'm number 2 in the country. I mean, I'm Vegas favorite to win the title, and it's like, yeah, you can't play.
Oh, no.
Oh, it just made me sick. Yeah, so I did think about them last night, too, because they're watching these games going, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Like, why aren't we playing? Why aren't we playing? So.
Breaking news, I guess?
I don't know.
Perkins Spencer?
Listen.
3:30 next week.
Well, Miami, 3:30 ABC.
Oh,
okay.
Goodness gracious.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, let me put a bow tie on the point you're making. Yes. Yeah, I never thought. Here's the problem, Steve. Not one time did I think about, and this is horrible. Not one time did I think about the Big Ten, or the Big Ten players, or the Pac-12 players. Not once.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now you're saying it, and I'm like, I can. It's like sometimes you wonder how can people be so unempathetic, and it's like, but that's not the. I don't mean to be unempathetic is not the word. But what I'm saying is, how can we usually have this debate when the Super Bowl is happening, we say, who are these people that aren't watching the Super Bowl? You know what I'm saying? And it's half of the population is completely oblivious to the Super Bowl. And we
Yeah.
always think that's fascinating. So that was kind of the point I was making. Like, if I'm a Big Ten football guy, I'm like, why doesn't the world care about us?
I know. Well, that's why I said my sports mind. It didn't really bother me because I'm like, yeah, I still think you're going to get you're still going to get an awesome season and a playoff and some bowl games. And yeah, so I'm like, whatever, you know.
Mhm.
But my dad mind is just like, oh, when I read that offensive lineman. And I mean, you know, because people are like, oh, who cares? He's going to be a first rounder. What's it matter if he's got to sit out? He was crushed. I mean, he was just like,
Oh,
dude, it's just heartbreaking, man. Like, I mean, he was like, look, we played last year. The last taste in my mouth is losing to Clemson if I'm him
mhm.
in an all-time classic in the final, you know, in the playoff. We're bringing a ton of our guys back, coming back this year to go get it, and then it's like, nope, can't play, but they are. But Clemson's going to, but you can't. You know, it'd be like,
And I'll just tag this on the end of that conversation. These are smart people. This is not just like a herd of sheep. So they can watch the news and they can watch the reports and they can see things being botched, decisions being botched, agendas being pushed through, politics being played through all this. So not only are they not playing, they actually see politics involved in it. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, this is worse than this is worse than crappy for us.
I
Like
know.
when you as a parent or a young man, when you're watching who's putting the effort in other places and seeing that it can be done and just seeing that in the conference I decided to represent, they just basically said it's not worth the effort to try to make it happen. It's like that's even like that you talk about lasting damage. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
sure.
Like goodness gracious, I could not imagine that part. But yeah, like you said, that was the dad side of you.
Yeah.
But
But
we're
the sports side of me couldn't take my eyes off of the Miami Hurricanes last night. Like, it was
okay.
funny
Here we
because,
go. Open the phone lines.
yeah, well,
8150 939. Go ahead.
we already got one on. So,
Oh, okay. Listen, let them jump right on.
all right. Lawrence, welcome in, man. What's up?
What's up, Steve? What's up, Marcus?
Chill it.
You said the game's next week at 3:30, right?
Yup.
3:30 ABC.
You know what? Look, if Louisville don't put a model walk on Miami, come on. Miami didn't show me nothing last night.
Okay, I'm listening.
And that's supposed to be the team Louisville afraid of? Really?
Okay.
Man, once Louisville put up 50 points on Western Kentucky on Saturday, I would not be surprised if Louisville put up 45 on that Miami defense. And plus, they decided to run the Wake Forest offense against Louisville next week. Come on. You see what we did. You see what Louisville did there on the Wake Forest last year. So Miami's going to try to run that speed pace offense. Come on, man. Louisville going to be 2-0.
I appreciate the call,
Fair
Lawrence.
enough. Appreciate it.
But here's the thing: we know Lawrence gets excited. He gets hyperbolic sometimes. But there were moments that Steve may have agreed with Lawrence.
Yeah.
True or false?
Yes. Last night. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There's still a moment.
Let's keep it to Western Kentucky, please. This is the pregame show of Western Kentucky.
I know. See, but this is no. This is a. This
Or do we
is
just
a,
lump them together?
This is a necessary thing to do, though, because now you're going to be looking at. See, this is the players have to do this too, because you play Western Kentucky Saturday night, but it's going to be impossible to completely ignore the fact that the Miami Hurricanes are coming in next week to Cardinal Stadium 3:30, ABC, national TV, probably game of the day. Assuming they don't rank Pac-12 and Big 12 teams, both of them will probably be top 20. I mean, like that's tough to just.
Is Miami ranked?
Were they already ranked? I don't know if they were ranked or not.
B Hall, is Miami ranked?
I don't think so. Starting pad or something.
Well, I mean, that UAB performance will not move them up, right? What did it end up being? 31-14?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or 51-14.
Okay. What did you think about that final score? And people listening to you right now who did not watch the Miami game, I'm curious to know what your takeaways from the game itself, Miami UAB.
Well, what for me in particular?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing with me. I go more like this because when I look at Miami, I say, okay, I can give anybody like a little rusty doesn't bother me. I mean, look, we don't know that Louisville won't come out tomorrow night and at points look a little like,
okay,
you know, like,
that's a great first point.
Yeah. So that doesn't bother me. What I took away from the Miami game was I just didn't see any players out there that I was like, oh man, that's a Miami dude. You know what I mean? Like that's a Miami guy there.
Outside of running back?
Yeah, they're starting running back Harris, and I mean, my gosh, he went down at the end of the game. We don't. I mean, you know, I don't think it was anything terrible, but I mean, you know, I mean, so yeah, he looked the part. I will say that he was one that I was like, yeah, okay, you know, that's a monster there. Derek King looked very,
I
I don't want to say mediocre. He didn't look mediocre. He was, but he looked normal. You know what I mean? Like, did he look better than McHale?
Listen, if you put your money down on Derek King and if you took those long odds of Heisman stuff, it's like
it wasn't long odds. He was like the fifth odds.
Yeah, I'm like, you bail out of that right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, yeah, you ain't winning a thing. So, you know, they have when I watched them, I just said, I don't know, their defense. I mean, they were. I kind of disagree with Lawrence. I mean, I thought they were fairly solid on defense.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're stout. They were kind of stout, just size alone. You were.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't just. I don't know. I mean, they had. I will say this: they do in the defensive backfield have quite a few breakdowns. But here's the thing: we did too last year, so we don't know that that's not going to be the case again this year. I mean, I think we'll be better there, but again, you know, I mean, look, your Western has a couple guys running wide open on Saturday, even if you win the game 38-20.
Coach Brown did say that his priority and his biggest improvement was not giving up the big play. You know, keeping the ball in front of you, getting the guys to the ground. So I mean, if that's any message on the improvements, he sounded very confident that the big play was something they're not giving up as of now. But like I said, that remains to be seen. It was probably like 4 to 5 dudes that looked like Miami dudes on that defensive end, in my opinion. It was probably 2 inside defensive linemen, like 2 D tackles and 2 linebackers that just looked like they were playing on UAB's side of the ball a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But outside of that, I mean, okay. Well, let me ask you this: How much were they tucking in their back pocket?
Maybe a little bit. Because I mean, let's make no mistake about it. That UAB team, I mean, they were missing some guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they that weren't as good as Western's going to be. I mean, maybe they were just, look, let's get everything rolling here. Let's get the offense rolling. Yeah, there's a ton of that. I mean, like, let's also not act like we haven't watched many of a team look in game one and then look awesome in game two.
81,
By the way, Miami
59,
was not ranked, but they were receiving.
I couldn't find a ranking for them.
Okay, yeah, but they received more votes than we got, so they would be way up.
Well, my question was, I don't know if they moved up in the rankings because all the rankings still have Big Ten schools in it.
Yeah. So they were just out. They were ahead of us. So you want me to go to the phone lines?
Absolutely, yeah.
Mac, welcome in. What's going on?
Hey, you all. This is Mike, and I got a question. Looking big picture for the football team. What do you all think Louisville needs to do record-wise in order to have Scott Satterfield be the ACC Coach of the Year?
All right,
good
Mac,
question.
I appreciate it. See, here's going to be the problem. He won it last year. So
you got to be Clemson.
They're going to have to make the ACC championship game. Like, that's not a bad question. That's not a bad
question. Yeah.
That's not a bad question because for him to win it this year again, they're going to legitimately have to probably make the title game, right?
Yeah. Listen, you'd have to be. Oh, listen, nothing less than being in the title game is going to help him get to that Coach of the Year. Oh, it would. Is it almost impossible, Steve?
Yeah, it's going to be tough for him this year.
You'd have to win, even if you won even if you won the ACC championship. Let's say you beat Clemson in the ACC championship, right?
Yeah.
It'll probably go to the third place team. Because let's say the third place team who probably wasn't supposed to have a great year, the new coach of Florida State. Let's say Florida State finishes third place, right?
Mm-hmm.
The award's going to go to him, right?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I hate doing that, but yeah, it's almost like the Heisman thing. Like we knew Lamar Jackson didn't have a shot no matter what numbers he put up.
Yeah.
His senior year, it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Unless you just tore it up and just went straight and won a championship. So I just by the way some of those awards just set up, there's just so much momentum and so much hype for Satterfield winning that in his first year. Oh, I hate writing a coach off though. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
You never know what can happen if Mac Brown has a good year. It's like, I could just see sentiment going to that. Okay, so Miami, Louisville, unless we got anybody else on the phone line.
No.
Miami, Louisville, last year takeaways.
Last year?
No, last of your takeaways.
Oh, okay. I got you. I thought you said last year. I was like, oh. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, no, it's huge. It's huge. If Louisville takes care of business tomorrow night, yeah, it becomes probably the game of the day next Saturday.
Okay, just give me takes care of business.
I mean, wins the game. Yeah.
Okay, but 31-14. If Louisville has the same kind of performance, Lamar looks swole. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
With the riot shield, that's awesome. If 31-14, the same looking performance against Western Kentucky that Miami had against UAB, do you leave the game satisfied?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Would you not? If Louisville wins 30-14 tomorrow night, look, I'm okay with that. Unless they look sloppy. Unless Louisville, it looks like, well, it was 31-14. Louisville fumbled 4 times.
That's what I'm asking you because it's like watching that Miami game. It's like that's still a good win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Miami wasn't turning the ball over and stuff all the time. It was just like, no, UAB was all right. They were playing them. I could see Western playing Louisville close for a little while. Like, I don't I'm not
Okay.
31-14 would tickle me.
Okay, so you would expect our game to look a lot closer to that Miami UAB game.
Yeah, I think we're better than Miami. I do. After
Mhm.
watching them, I think we're better. So I wouldn't be surprised. I think we're better coached, and we're a better team.
So you just think
So
that the product will probably look the same. A couple throwaways, couple missed receivers, but for the
yeah,
most part, you're in control.
yeah. Absolutely,
Oh no,
absolutely.
I don't know. It just seems like 2 touchdowns is. You realize that's a big spread.
Yeah,
2 touchdowns and a field goal. That's a lot. That's a big difference in the game. But maybe when you're just watching it, you're like, we should be up. We should be blowing them out. Totally blowing them out the bar. And you're like, no, that's a good team over there. Won
I
nine
know.
games.
Look, in the middle of the game, I'm
Yeah,
probably
14
going to
won't
be
be enough.
besmirching Western Kentucky, and this team sucks. What are we doing?
Right.
Why are we only up 14? And then as soon as the game ends, I'll be like, man, they'll probably win the rest of their games.
Western or Louisville.
No, Western. Like I'll go, that's a pretty good team. 31-14. That's a good win.
What
once it's
what was the Miami spread?
I think 16, maybe 16 and a half. I think is what. So I heard Drew talking about that this morning.
You're talking about the spread of last night's game or the Louisville game?
Yeah, last night's game.
Last night's game.
Okay.
Last night's game. Yeah. I think
I was going to be shocked if it was more than Western.
Yeah, I know. But I think it. Oh, you mean okay?
I thought you meant that.
Yeah,
Miami,
okay. I
Louisville
get
was
what you're
a
saying.
16.
I get what you're saying. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. No. It's the Miami UAB. I think it was like because I think somebody said like they covered was 17.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I think it was Ethan Moore who was saying it. So yeah, it wasn't very much difference. I mean, Louisville, Louisville's sitting around. I think it's settling around 12 tomorrow. So.
I also heard Brandon Lang say the home field advantage is moved to 1.5 now.
That's fair.
Right.
Yeah, and look, Western's in the same conference as UAB, and Western's picked to win the conference. So Western's a better team, and I mean, I don't think anybody's doubting that. So, yeah, no, I mean, look, I would be okay with the final score with that. I'm not so much worried about the final score. Look, the final score tally will give Andy and them something to laugh about. That's fine. Louisville only won by 2 scores, whatever. And look, and we'll have to take it. And you say, okay, all right, I know we suck for the whole week. But what I'm worried about is what happens from kickoff to buzzer. Like, how do we look? 31-14, but we look sharp and stuff. And you say, well, you look back and Western just made a few plays.
So you say look sharp, procedural penalties or
no
bullying.
no penalties. No, we didn't get bullied on plays. We didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't just give up stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like we don't turn. Mikkel isn't 15 for 38. And Javian Hawkins doesn't look like he's like, he kind of looks normal again. Or it doesn't look like, man, we beat Western, but my gosh, they got so much push on our offensive line. Like that stuff would worry me. If it's like, well, Western really bullied us in the trenches.
I do not want to look like I'm missing Makai back then.
Right. Because then I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, I know we won 30. Because at that point you may go, because on the flip side of this, Louisville could win 45-10, but get bullied in the trenches, and I'm going to come in here and go, that's a problem. Like we have a problem. You know what I mean? Like if they bully us in the trenches, what's Miami going to do in the trenches? So I mean I don't think that will happen. But and again, I'm not talking Western has 2 really good, one especially NFL caliber defensive end that just makes them plays. Like that dude on the end, was it Monroe?
Malone.
Malone. That I mean, I'm saying that because I haven't watched him, but I mean, if he is as good as they say they are, I mean,
D'Angelo Malone, yeah, he's Conference USA Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, so I mean, okay, if he makes some plays, that's one thing.
Right.
Then you're going, well, he's a stud.
Right.
But if they are bullying us as a unit, then you're like, okay, well, this is a problem. I don't care what the final. So that's kind of what I'm saying. Do you want me to?
That is one of their strengths, though, because their
Yeah.
other defensive end is first or second team preseason All Conference USA. So you got basically the two first teamers coming at you.
Listen, and Western's defense is stout. On the flip side of that, if Louisville owns the offensive line, I mean there's going to be something to take from that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, if Louisville wins 31-14, but they own the offensive line, you know, it's like, well, that's a big thing. So I'll be watching more of the football that happens Saturday night, more so. Of course, like I said, now in game, if it's mid-second, like if I was a Miami fan last night, it's 14-7 at halftime. I'm like, well, we suck. Season's over.
Yeah.
We're crap. Look, I'll be that way Saturday night. If it's 17-10 at halftime, we'll be like, look, we're done. Look, we're terrible. We suck. And then as you pull on, you know, you'll look back and go, okay, this is what I actually saw. Do you want me to get to the phone line real quick?
Absolutely.
Jeff, welcome in, man. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm just excited about all the football happening right now. So, pretty good. And, you know, I was listening to you guys talking about Miami and UAB last night, and I thought Miami was a bunch of hot garbage last night. And I'll say this, that, you know, UAB was giving them a good game, but, I mean, would UAB give up, you know, 400 and some odd yards and penalties last night? Every time they got a stop or anytime something good happened, it got called back because of a penalty. And, you know, they gave Miami a couple of scores, you know, with penalties. They lost a couple scores with penalties, and that game was a whole lot closer than it really looked. I mean, UAB kind of imploded there. I mean, their own guys were, you know, fighting with each other on the sideline because they couldn't stop getting penalized. And, you know, it was kind of a messy game. And I get it was the first game, but I think that was UAB's second game, actually. But you know, I just thought Miami they didn't look very good to me. And, I mean, their quarterback didn't look very good. And I don't think Louisville will have a problem moving the ball with Miami. And, you know, UAB was able to throw the ball deep and go deep, and their shifty guys were able to do stuff. And we got a whole lot of that on our team. And I don't think that Miami could stop our offense. You know, not to say we don't know what's going to happen with, you know, having newcomers on the O-line and replacing the two tackles. And, you know, first game, you know, after is tomorrow we'll find some more out. But, you know, Miami doesn't look like a team that I think that the Louisville players in the locker room after watching that game last night are going to be like, oh, you know, it's Miami. Woo-hoo.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
It's just kind of one of those things. But I'm excited to watch tomorrow. I can't wait to see it. First game in forever. It's a home game. I'll be watching on TV instead of being in the stands. But, you know, we'll see what happens. So, anyway, just good to hear about the football again and everybody talking about it. And, you know, good to see Lamar on the Heisman House finally.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, guys, have a good day.
All right, appreciate it, Jeff. Thanks.
Appreciate the call. So, Steve, what do you say if you're the coach and you see those and the guys come in with the little cockiness to their step after watching Miami? What do you say to your players?
Oh, man.
Because here's the thing. Part of you wants to maybe encourage that confidence. Like, no, we're a good team. You know, we can go. And then part of you is like, I hope y'all not laughing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the team you're gonna see next week.
Well, but see, here's the thing. I think Coach Satterfield is probably I think Coach Satterfield's created a culture there. I'm not sure that's the case, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think these guys are doing that. I just don't. I don't. I think that Satterfield has created that kind of like workman's culture, you know, where it's like, dude, no, look, we game by game.
So one of those we focus on us.
Yeah.
Every day.
And look, it's Western. Like, I think you would be surprised. I think that those guys probably have Miami in the back of their mind, but I think that they are fully Western Kentucky, 1-0. He did a great job with that last year, man. He kept them so focused on game by game by game. Every game's a new week. Throw away what happened in that game. You know what I mean? Like, it's a new. And I think they'll take the same approach this year, because here's the thing, man. It's gonna happen quick. You're gonna play Western. You're gonna play Miami. You're gonna play Pitt. Game by game. You win 3 in a row, you're a top 10 team getting on the bus. probably ranked somewhere around number 8. Getting on your bus, setting down, and taking off to South Bend. And now you are, you get what I'm saying? Like, now
Yes.
we're 3-0. Well, I guess you'd be 4-0 because Georgia Tech. But okay, so 4-0. I'm 4-0. I'm number 8 in the country, going to play Notre Dame. Like, and then fellas, we win this one, all bets are off. You know what I mean? Like we win this one, it's on now. We're coming from like, you win that one. If you win that one and you're 4-0 and you're going up to Notre Dame, you're going, look, we win this one, we're coming for a heck of a lot more than a bowl game. Like, if
you like say, if you're 4-0 headed to Notre Dame, it's on.
Yeah, so there's a lot to be earned.
Because by then you're a quote unquote complete team, because you've played a couple of different styles. You played the high power. You played probably the muck it up game. You've played the hype, kind of hyper intensity Miami in, because that's going to be intense. Like, each team is so different. You will know a lot about your, about your team in the first 4. Like, it's a great opportunity. I tell you what, we'll take our quick commercial break. Middays with Marcus Baby on 93.9 The Ville.
If there's one thing ex-U of L quarterback Chris Redmond knows, it's a good piece of exercise equipment. That's why he recently went to the fitness market to get his Precor treadmill.
Fitness market has been awesome. I wanted to get back in shape at this point in my life, and getting on a treadmill is part of that. I feel like when I get on my Precor machine, I get on there, it feels like back in the locker room, back in the weight room, back in my routine. And I think that's been really good for me, and I'm really happy that I have a Precor machine from Fitness Market.
You can own a Precor treadmill right now for $36 a month, or a Precor elliptical for $39 a month, with the Fitness Market 0% financing offers for a limited time. And they'll set it up for you just like they did for Chris Redmond, in a place in your home where you'll actually use it and it's not in the way.
They went through all the different things that I never would think about as far as placement, and they think of all the things that you don't think of, and it's been a wonderful experience.
So get to the Fitness Market right now, Westport Road just inside the Snyder, or Plantside Drive and Waterson Trail, thefitnessmarket.com.
Have you been in a car wreck? Insurance companies can be really tough to deal with on your own. I'm Sam Aguiar, and our team is here to help. We have been fortunate enough to represent thousands of people from Kentucky communities, and we would love to speak with you about your potential case. Our team loves what we do. The consultation for you is free, and we don't charge you anything unless we win the case for you. So come be a part of our team. Our phone number is easy, 502-888-8888. 502-888-8888.
You want selection? At Commonwealth Dodge Ram, our selection is incredible on J.D. Power's #1 ranked and #3 ranked most reliable vehicles. And during this summer clearance event, drive a new Ram Crew Cab 4x4 V8. Just $299 a month, or 0% financing for 72 months and no payments for 90 days. Plus, we have a big selection of certified pre-owned vehicles, including Jeeps for cheap.
Remember, if it doesn't say Commonwealth, you paid too much. We're Commonwealth Dodge Ram. We're right on Preston and always right on the price.
With approved credit, includes all factory rebates, incentives, and dealer discounts. See Commonwealth Dodge Ram for details.
GE Appliance Park is now hiring full-time positions, and for a limited time, second shift new hires are eligible for a $500 incentive. Apply today at makeitathepark.com. GE Appliances. We make good things for life.
At Shane Company, we're hiring. Come work with me and my son and be a friend in the jewelry business. If you value integrity like we do, and you truly love helping people, come see why we love what we do. We'll train you to become a true jewelry expert. We're looking for sales and customer service associates, experienced bench jewelers, and more. And we're going above and beyond to take care of our employees and customers to keep them safe, including temperature checks, mandatory masks, and social distancing. You'll have great pay and benefits, a fun work environment, and opportunities for career advancement. You'll take pride knowing that at the end of each day, you've helped countless couples with one of the most important milestones of their lives. Apply online at shanko.com/careers. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
Hey Louisville, this is Lamar Jackson, and you're listening to the Ravens Radio Network on 93.9 The Ville.
Once again, ESPN Louisville is your home for Lamar Jackson and Baltimore Ravens football. The Ravens kick off the 2020 season taking on the Browns, and the only place in Louisville to hear every snap is right here on 93.9 The Ville. Pre-game coverage begins at 12:30 with kickoff at 1. Live play-by-play of Lamar and the Ravens is presented by Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life, and Molly Malone's, the official Lamar bar all season long.
This weekend, it's the Genesis Diamond Superstar Takeover event. Genesis brings together the top 2 bridal designers in the world, Tacori and Verragio, each showcasing thousands of their spectacular, never-before-seen rings on the Genesis stage. It's 3 days only, Friday, Saturday, and yes, even open Sunday for this unprecedented bridal event. Tacori and Verragio, the Louis Vuitton and Gucci of bridal design, in a head-to-head matchup. See thousands of new, innovative, stylish rings with breathtaking detail and craftsmanship. These are the designers every woman wants. Tacori and Verragio. Most jewelers can't even offer them, but Genesis has them both with their entire collections at the same time. And we're breaking all the rules for this event with special pricing, zero interest financing, and thousands of dollars of free gift cards with any Tacori or Verragio purchase. Don't miss the Superstar Takeover event featuring the best of the best, Tacori and Verragio together for one spectacular event this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only, and only at Genesis Diamond, Shelbyville Road Plaza.
Hey, it's Greeny, and the NFL season is finally here. We'll look back on the first game and ahead to the first weekend filled with big matchups, plus the latest on the NBA playoffs and more with me, Greeny.
Catch Greeny from 12 to 2 p.m. on 93.9 The Ville.
Teams are back in action. Get that same feeling with UPS. Join Team Louisville as a warehouse worker and take pride in a good day's work. Earn $14.50 per hour and up to $150 per week in bonuses. Search at upsjobs.com/Louisville.
Hey Cards fans, Great Flood Brewing in the Highlands and Great Flood Middletown are both open and ready to serve. Whether you're in the mood for a cold beer on our extended patio in the Highlands or a delicious burger or cocktail at our Middletown location, check us out at greatfloodbrewing.com for more info on all the options we have for you. Limited time special, mention this ad out in Middletown for $2 off your first appetizer. Thanks again for all your support, and we hope to see you soon. For more information, visit us at greatfloodbrewing.com. Go Cards!
Pat Jaggers here, and Louisville football is back. Be sure to join me this Saturday at 6 o'clock for the official pregame show on 93.9 The Ville. We'll lead you up to kickoff as we talk with senior linebacker C.J. Avery, discuss the upcoming season, and keep you up to date on all the latest with the Cards matchup with Western Kentucky. Then immediately after, keep it locked right here as Mark Ennis once again hosts our official postgame coverage. We'll hear live from head coach Scott Satterfield, player sound, and more. It all begins Saturday at 6 o'clock on 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Oh no. Okay. It's that mute button. I had to do it. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's middays with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. So at some point during the show today, you know we are going to have to set up our rules and our 5 games for the weekend pick'ems. Okay, quick rules that pop into your head first and foremost. Okay, we're gonna do 5 games. Let's vote right now as we speak. Two. It's got to be 3 college, 2 NFL, because there's a lot of college that maybe just there's so much more uncertainty in college that maybe we want to go with the NFL a little more this year. Three college and two NFL, or the other way? I mean, we can't go three. I mean, listen, I know 5 is the number that we feel like we're always stuck to. I mean, you want to go 6, you can go 3 and 3. So, oh God, Steve, stop bringing up Big Ten football. Man, that's just sad. Okay, somebody's yelling at you right now, just like read my text. Oh, we mean well. What would you do if Missouri State won? Well, how would you carry that if Missouri State won? Right? Like, yeah, right. Exorcise that. And here's the thing. Yeah, like I feel you. Like I feel like I understand what you're saying, but you just doing the picket fence thing or the what's it, the tiki torch thing. You know what I'm saying? The 14 million. It's like, dude, like it's just an everyday business. Like that goes the exact same way. Wait a minute. Wait. What? What'd you just say? Uh-huh. But I feel you. Right. We got UAB out the way. Were they overlooking UAB? Dude, listen, Steve, the only people, like if I'm watching any ACC, if I'm watching any Packer and Durham, if I'm watching any of these shows, how many times they mentioned Louisville 17 times last night in that game? You think this isn't the talk of the first? Smart people decided early in the year on ABC that it would be a good idea to have Louisville Miami because it's going to be a game that oh, they were good. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, no, it go- right. So not that you know anything. How do you keep a player from overlooking, to the next game? Oh God! Don't did you want to do that? Did you want to agitate me, Texter Steve? No, no. No. I'm telling you, maybe it's easier in basketball, but here's the thing: you probably can do it in football as well. You get in this game, and the first time you get caught out of position or a guy goes baseline, they take you out the game. And then they come over there and say, if you think you're not going to have your head in the game today, you're not playing. And you're like, oh my God, did this coach just put me on the bench against this team? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're supposed to smoke this team. This is supposed to be highlight games. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to work on this new crossover I got. You know what I'm saying? And this dude benches me in the first quarter. You know, the first couple minutes of the game. And once you do that, it takes about 5 minutes to wake everybody up most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Because now Quentin Bailey's coming in here dominating these dudes, right? Look, now Quentin Bailey has 16, and I'm sitting on the bench because coach got to, just wanted to get everybody's attention or something. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm sitting over here with Nate and Reese. Nate and Reese looking, what are we doing over here? right. Like, boy, look, man, your coach showing off today, ain't he? That's what we be sitting over there saying to each other. So it's probably a little easier in basketball to get guys' attention because you can make those, quick substitutions without really shaking up the whole, game plan. But yeah, you can get yeah. And football, like I said, it's you can't kind of go through the motions in football, really. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot tougher. So yeah, like I said, and the coaches, they know their teams. But that is a good question. In general. So yeah, coaches just bench you real quick, get your attention. Yeah, now you go out serious. Any more we need to get to? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys? First off, I'm sorry if I'm groggy. I just woke up like 15 minutes from like a coma that I was in last night. It was fantastic, but yeah, man, I'm actually going to the game tomorrow, so I'm really excited about that. Watching the Kansas City game last night and seeing how they had the fans spread out, it looked more normal than I thought it would. So that kind of gave me a little bit more excitement, but. Of course, I want to see the defense just absolutely crush it, but I'm really going to be looking at the offensive line, specifically the left tackle spot, because I really want him to have just an awesome year. I mean, I'm not expecting anybody to be, Mekhi Becton, but I mean, if he could just fill in that void, man, just be extremely solid on that left side. I mean, that's going to do a lot for the team. But man, I'm just really excited, man. Football's. But it's just that offensive line I'm really going to be like critical about because I just don't want to see them get into the quarterback. I just hope they plugged in a few holes. It seems like we're deeper this year, but we just don't have that big name on the line. So I'm just ready, man. It's football season, but like, what are some standouts on defense that you guys have been hearing about? I mean, I heard about Yaya. Mm-hmm. I heard he's just an absolute stud. But yeah, man, I'm thank y'all for taking my call. I'm just going to hang up and listen. Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely, man.
So CJ Avery's a captain.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, really like Keitrell Clark coming from Liberty. I mean, there's a few. There's a few.
We did not go through the captain thing. Just real quick. Is that what you expected? The 5 captains? Sounds about right. 4? Right. This is a throwaway year, Steve. My God. Poor Big Ten. Yes. Middays with Marcus Baby on 939 The Ville.
On behalf of my family and our Louisville-based paint manufacturing company, Lanning Paints, I hope that you're taking care of yourself and maintaining social distance during this unprecedented time. There has never been a better opportunity to tackle your home improvement projects. Lanning Paints is offering curbside pickup or delivery in Metro Louisville. Find the color online and we'll match it for you. Call on your order at our Middletown store at 245-0630 or our Dixie Highway location at 618-2138, where we also offer Benjamin Moore's full line of products. Our personnel is standing by and can answer all of your questions you have and will guide you through everything you need, so you only need to make one stop. When the interior paint dries, take advantage of our excellent driveway sealer, deck and fence stains, our exterior paint, and enjoy the great outdoors. We also offer our own epoxy for basements and garage floors. Consider us your quarantine boredom relief headquarters. Stay well, Kentucky. Check us out at www.landingpaint.com.
Terrible.
Follow us on Facebook and
God.
Instagram.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maben or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on backyard favorites like grill-ready hamburgers and fresh-picked strawberries? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales. Plus, rewards like fuel points, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock.
Okay.
When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back, thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial #LAW on your cell phone. That's #529, offices Louisville.
Hey, this is Steve Rummage, and I have one question for you. What good is having that beautiful home with that beautiful view if you can't see through the grit and grime of your windows? Or every time you try to open them, it feels like an extensive workout. Let's face it, you and your home deserve better. That's why I'm here to tell you about Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted most efficient in 2019 and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, including all 5-star reviews, which means they're exactly what you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive in Louisville, Kentucky, or call 502-494-0120. Again, that's Windows Plus, so make the call.
Ready to make something great? At GE Appliances, we do it every day. Building appliances people depend on, GE Appliance Park is hiring full-time positions for all shifts. And for a limited time, second shift new hires are eligible for a $500 incentive. Apply today at makeitatthepark.com. Make a difference. Make it at the park. GE Appliances. We make good things for life. Makeitatthepark.com.
We are ESPN Louisville. Download the ESPN Louisville app today.
The NBA playoffs continue on ESPN Radio.
Wild fader and buried it off the right elbow. Kyle Lowry, have a night, 33 points.
After a double overtime instant classic in Game 6, the Celtics and Raptors head to a winner-take-all Game 7 with a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals on the line. Game 7, Celtics and Raptors.
Coverage begins tonight at 8:30 on 93.9 The Ville.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville.
Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, I'm Brian Hull. The Sports Center update brought to you by Park Community Credit Union. Be a member,
not a number. We are now just one day away as the University of Louisville football team will kick off the season tomorrow against the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, and yesterday they named their 5 team captains, including Mikhail Cunningham, C.J. Avery, Marshawn Ford, Des Fitzpatrick, and Dorian Etheridge. When asked about U of L's chances of making the ACC championship game yesterday on the drive, the ACC Network's Mark Richt said he thinks there's a better chance than most people are giving them.
I think Louisville is a dark horse to play in the league championship game. And who knows, once you get to that game, you only got to win one game, and you're the champ. So I wouldn't put Louisville out of the picture one bit.
Our pregame coverage for that game will begin tomorrow at 6 p.m., which you'll be able to catch right here on 93.9 The Ville, and immediately following the game for the postgame show. Yesterday, the University of Kentucky released their plans for fans in the stands this fall at football, which will be just like Louisville, where they'll have 20% capacity and about 12,000 fans. Yesterday, former University of Louisville wide receiver Josh Bellamy was charged with fraud by the Justice Department for his role in a $24 million coronavirus scam. Also in NFL news, the season kicked off last night with the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs pulling off a 34-20 win over the Houston Texans. Just a reminder that ESPN Louisville is your home for the NFL all season, as 93.9 The Ville is an affiliate of the Baltimore Ravens, as we'll have Lamar Jackson and the Ravens taking on the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, with our coverage beginning at 12:30 right here on 93.9 The Ville, and our sister station ESPN 680 being the affiliate of the Indianapolis Colts, as they'll be taking on the Jaguars on Sunday, with that coverage beginning at noon. In Major League Baseball news, the Cincinnati Reds were defeated again last night by the Chicago Cubs 8-5, but they will be back in action tonight as they'll try to revenge the loss. And you'll be able to catch all that coverage on our sister station ESPN 680 starting around 7:45. And last but certainly not least, just a reminder that ESPN Louisville is your home for the NBA playoffs and the NBA Finals. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is SportsCenter.
Hey guys, golfing season is back, and what better way to celebrate than with a round at Wooded View Golf Course in Clarksville. Located just minutes from downtown Louisville off Veterans Parkway and I-65, Wooded View Golf Course is convenient and affordable. Wooded View also features a pro shop, lounge, and an outdoor patio to relax for before and after your round. Schedule your tee time today at woodedviewgc.com. Again, that's woodedviewgc.com.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
It's the worst. Ooh. I feel like I'm missing something.
Who's?
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. I can't help myself when I get distracted by expectations for Brady with the Buccaneers up on TV. Golly. I'm so glad we're getting ready to start this stuff. You want to quarterback this thing, Steve? Oh, it's a full one? Oh, no. Don't be so judgmental, people.
Cowboy. That's right. You can place a dollar bet on any team And if that team wins, you can cash a cool Benjamin. How could you pass that up? If you're new to DraftKings Sportsbook, head to the app now. Scout their latest offers. Bet with DraftKings Sportsbook, a sportsbook that goes wherever you go. DraftKings is safe, reliable, and secure, making it easy for you to deposit and withdraw your money at your convenience. So, what do we want you to do? Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code WLCL when you sign up to get this can't-miss offer. Pick any team during week 1, bet $1 on them, and win up to $100 if they win. That's $1 to win $100 when you use promo code WLCL during a sign-up for a limited time. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Indian only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem, call 1-800-9 with it.
Get that man some water.
Woo! Did it, baby. Listen, and I'm doing this live on air. I'm not hiding behind a recorded like Patty Ice does.
I have heard.
Patty Ice does these. He records them off air, and it's all clean, and it's like, oh, Pat's so good at DraftKings. You know, it's like, Pat's like, oh, I nailed the DraftKings.
Okay, time out. I've got, and I'll be real quick, 'cause I know you guys got Dalton Pitts on the line.
Fair.
I'll be real quick.
Oh, please do.
Here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do it for our midday rush show because we no longer have Locke. We now have Levitard competing against you guys.
R.I.P.
So I do it for that other show, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it has to kind of sound really, really good. But then again, I got to give Steve props, though, because Steve does it live. And I have to admit, the copy's not the easiest. It really is not. It really is not. So even if mine sounds great, which it doesn't, I'll be the first to admit, I have to admit, Steve, you do a pretty damn good job, brother.
Well, I appreciate that then, Pat. You know what? I take it back.
Right.
Pat's does, and the only reason I was hating is because Pat's does sound very clean. I hear it, and I'm like, oh, that's really good. And then one day I saw how the sausage was made. He was like, hey, man, can I get in here for a second? Like, yeah. I'm like, what's he doing? And he's like, download it. I'm like, oh, like this dude is recording it.
Look, here, I'll just say this. Anything with somebody else's personality, any reads you have to do with somebody else's personality in it, it's hard to do.
That's tough.
Yeah, it's just tough. Like I don't talk like that. I don't. It's just my energy's not that, and let me write my own.
Well, speaking of somebody who is good at talking, by the way, let's get to him right now. Dalton Pitts from Cardinal Sports Zone, Big Red Louie, everywhere else that he's involved in, probably. Dalton, what's going on, my man?
How's it going, guys?
Hey, man, it's good. It's good. I want to get to quite a few things. And look, and I will admit with Dalton here, look, I didn't even get a chance to get with him or anything. So he is just a wealth of knowledge. So he has no idea what we're asking, no idea where we're going with this. And that's fine. But I trust his recruiting knowledge. The other day, I got to give Dalton props. Tweet comes out. Dalton says, watch out. First guy that says it, said, okay, what's going on here? 2 days later, Mike James, 6'6", 4-star small forward. So Dalton, you were the first out there to say it.
Tell us everything.
Tell us a little bit about our new Louisville Cardinal, Mike James.
Yeah, when I heard about it, I was extremely excited because when you watch James's game, the first name that comes to mind, and obviously it might get a little bit of a negative reaction just because recent memory, but Dangadell is the first name that I think of when I think of Mike James.
That's a good comparison. Yeah.
You see the length is there, the athleticism, but, Dang was, a solid defender throughout his whole career at Louisville, and you see that same upside with Mike. It really, the upside's a little bit higher, I'd say, in terms of the ceiling. But when you look at, James's ability to defend, you think of the translation, excuse me, of playing against a team like Florida State. Why have we struggled the past couple seasons with Florida State? It's due to their length and athleticism. I think James is going to be a nice plug in there, and really against all of the opponents, because, two things you can't, replicate and you don't come by often are length and defense.
Yeah, no, listen, I totally agree with that 100%. And the thing is Coach Mack, with everything that's happened, Marcus, you talk about it a lot with things that's kind of over top of them right now. I think it's put together. Guys like James and Pettiford, I'm okay with them really any year. Now you maybe would want them to be your back end guy or something, that's fine. But regardless, so he's not done yet. I've listened to you on the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, some different things that you've been doing, with, like I said, with Big Red Louie and stuff. And I've noticed you've been kind of talking about he might not be done. Could you give us a name or two, maybe that you could foresee in this class? Without, you don't have to spill your beans. Whatever you're comfortable with. Yeah, whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah. So especially in the live periscopes that I've been trying out on Twitter. I've been hinting at a name that I got tipped off on that I would fully expect 100% to be a Cardinal when it's all said and done. Unfortunately, I just don't have a timeline. But I won't necessarily come out and say who that is. Sure. But I will say who I would look at in terms of potentially filling out this class.
Yeah, absolutely.
The reality of the fact is Louisville's going to need to get another big. Because Gabe Whitnitzer was a good addition, but at the end of the day, it's going to be him, Aiden Agayon, and maybe Jalen Withers due to the role that Mac plays him in.
Sure.
But I look at Roosevelt Wheeler and Jamarian Sharp are my top two options. Roosevelt, the 4-star big from Virginia, who many Louisville fans are well equipped with knowing, and Jamarian Sharp, the 7'2" center that actually plays at John Logan JUCO, which was where Jay Scrub comes from. And he actually played. A lot of people don't know he played in Hopkinsville for his high school ball. So
played for Coach Hayward. Dalton. I played with Coach Hayward over here at Male. Yeah. So Marcus is particularly fond of Hopkinsville and that area. So and I will say Sharp. Dalton, with just kind of having this conversation with you on air, I think I like Wheeler's game better. But when I watched the two, but Sharp, for an instance, I mean, this is a guy that Marcus last year, we're watching, and I do trust Marcus's brain when it comes to basketball, not a lot of other stuff, but basketball and advice for my son is those are the two things I go to, which Marcus, by the way, worked phenomenal. We'll talk about that later. But, yeah. So when you watch Sharp, he kind of jumped off the screen in Jay Scrub videos where you were like, this kid, I mean, this is a good player. Because Marcus, I remember you remember Marcus watching that video. You call me, you say, who's the center? Like this guy's all right.
Right. So listen, I was thinking, why is Jay Scrub, always open and out on the wing and out in transition? It's like, no, because he got another guy on there.
So if Dalton's telling me these are the two names to watch, I will say that eases me a little bit.
Oh yeah, and piggybacking off of that, I mean, it seems like a handful of times you'll watch a recruit's mixtape and then be like, hold on, who's this other guy?
Yeah.
And, a name to look at, obviously not in affiliation with Louisville, but the old Ball Brothers tapes at Chino Hills. And Yeka Okonkwo, the USC center, who's probably going to be a top 5, top 10 pick, he was in those videos. And then I caught myself a lot of times like thinking, who is this guy? And then come to find out, potential lottery pick a couple years down the road. So
listen, and now let me flip the switch on Dalton, because Dalton likes to give us inside recruiting news. If Rick's not gone, he's at Louisville. That makes me sick too. So anyways, we'll add that. Just a little. We have some Cali connections named Barrett Johnson. That so that would have been nice. But anyways, okay, let's switch let's flip the switch here just a little bit over to football. Scott Satterfield obviously has been bringing things along. I think class right now sits in the top 30. I think it will finish there. Some people at this station would argue against me, but they're wrong and I'm right. So I think that it will be around there. So kind of just some things that maybe you've been watching or just observing what Scott Satterfield's done, or maybe even how he may look to finish this class out or get started for next year.
Yeah. So, to kind of, talk about that top 20, top 25, top 30 class, regardless if we do or not, I'm extremely satisfied because we have to understand we're not taking a full 25 considering we took, Keetrell Clark and, KJ Cloyd. So Louisville does have 2 spots left in this class. I fully expect them to take both an offensive lineman and a defensive tackle with those remaining spots is what I've been told.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the good thing about it is that Louisville, after having such a big and successful summer, especially in the times that we're in, the coaching staff now has the opportunity and luxury to sit back and really, go back to the drawing board and find two guys that they really want to fill these spots, because they do, like I said, they do have that luxury of being able to sit back and weigh their options.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, and then you have a local guy coming up in the next class, Selah Brown from Male.
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of people really, I mean, he's kind of the guy that I've been looking at. Okay, that one would hurt if you don't close that up. So kind of anything around his game and stuff that a defensive lineman from Male that you've been seeing.
Yeah, so, some people know that I announced basketball for Male, and Selah actually plays basketball as well. So, I mean, you can just tell that he's such a physical specimen, even on the basketball court. You could just see, there's a reason why this guy is an extreme force on the D-line. You're right. This is, sometimes years past, local guys going elsewhere, you're like, we got some guys that can stick in. But Selah Brown, if he doesn't come to Louisville, that would be very concerning, because it seems like at this point in time, Louisville is the front runner.
Mm-hmm.
There's obviously a long way to go before his recruitment is said and over with, and there's going to be schools. I know Tennessee offered a couple months ago. They won't be the only one to, come calling. But I think that Louisville sits extremely well with him. There's been, reports of when he does visit campus, which is frequently to watch games, he actually leads in, the Cards chant and everything else. So he's definitely a childhood Louisville fan. So, I mean, at the end of the day, the writing is on the wall. This will be a huge get for the city, not only for, the program, but for Satterfield and, in terms of turning the corner in terms of recruiting. So,
yeah. No, absolutely.
Well, let me do this. We got all the business, the business stuff out the way. Give me an update on your hunt for PA announcement.
Yeah, so I got word this past weekend that I did receive the football announcing position, which not too surprising there, but I was a finalist for the basketball position, so I'm expecting to hear back from them within the next couple weeks. So just kind of waiting it out, controlling what I can control, and hopefully hearing good news. As you all saw that video that I posted last night of the sample women's basketball starting five, so just trying to stay relevant, stay humble, driven, and just whatever comes.
So how do you actually train on it?
Good one.
Yeah, definitely 100%.
So do you do voice exercises? Is that the I'm curious, how does this work, man? Give us the nuts and bolts of a PA announcer.
Yeah, so it's what everyone sees and what actually goes on is completely different. Speaking on the microphone is only at most half the battle, and what Sean Moss will attest to it is the preparation that goes into it. Getting the name pronunciations down right, getting your voice warmed up, which to answer the question, I do a couple of warm-ups just to kind of exploit the range, because my voice does go comfortably deeper than most, which is kind of odd, I would say, for sure. But like I said, the preparation, you got to stay on top of things. It's all about, attentiveness, attention to the fine details, and really never being satisfied with your craft and always looking to get better, because at the end of the day, no one ever has the perfect day of announcing. Even if, the audience doesn't hear it, you pick up on things and it's like, should have done a little better on that. So.
Sure. Well, Dalton, man, appreciate you taking some time out for us today. Yeah, catching us up on recruiting. Let people know where they can find you, where they can find your stuff and everything.
And don't be humble.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so __ on Twitter is where you can find me on that social platform. Cardinal Sports Zone, Big Red Louie, love the guys over there. We got podcasts coming out. All the previews you could look for, recruitment and commitment breakdowns. I mean, with the whole 9 yards, both of those sites have the personnel to well equip you with the information that you so desire. So.
All right. Well, Dalton, man, appreciate the time. Thank you very much. Enjoy some football this weekend, and we'll be looking forward to following you, man, and following the journey there. So, absolutely.
Yeah, appreciate y'all having me on, sir.
All right, bud. It's Dalton Pence. Look, he's got a lot of I get a Jake vibe off him.
He's a grinder. Yeah, right. You definitely get the grinder.
I get a Jake vibe, which we need to talk to again here really soon. We need to get Jake Weingarten on next week. I ain't talked to that guy in a while. We need a Lotus there. But yeah. So anyway, so it sounds like good things on the horizon for Louisville basketball and Louisville football. So there's nothing else to do but to go ahead and kick off and play this season.
Which are you still tickled that we're here today?
Yes. Like I'm still.
But how long is it gonna last? Is it gonna last until your first heartbreaking loss?
Yeah, the first Mikal interception. Like I knew he couldn't play. I knew he could. Look, that's gonna be me in my house. I knew he couldn't play. I knew it. Like he's terrible. Actually, I'm gonna go to Clarkers.
You said what?
Nothing. I said actually I'm gonna go to a wing spot.
The first interception, and it's like, why do we even have a season?
I know.
We also be quarantined for the rest of the year.
That's what I should have said. That's why I'm gonna go straight to that. Like, why are y'all even out there?
I tell you what, we'll be able to set up our challenge after the break.
Let's do it.
And we'll be able to clean up any other basketball talk or football talk we got on deck. Middays with Marcus Baby, last commercial break before the weekend on 939 The Ville.
As we head towards football season and the fall, there are plenty of sets. So if you think your AC won't make it to the end zone, then call DFH Company today at 968-6222. It could be time for a new train system from DFH. So if you've been thinking about replacing your AC unit, now is the perfect time to call DFH for 18-month special financing on a certified train system. It's hard to stop a train. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions, subject to credit approval.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maven or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
Hey Louisville, this is Lamar Jackson, and you're listening to the Ravens Radio Network on 93.9 The Ville.
Once again, ESPN Louisville is your home for Lamar Jackson and Baltimore Ravens football. The Ravens kick off the 2020 season taking on the Browns, and the only place in Louisville to hear every snap is right here on 93.9 The Ville. Pre-game coverage begins at 12:30 with kickoff at 1. Live play-by-play of Lamar and the Ravens is presented by Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life, and Molly Malone's, the official Lamar bar all season long.
Hear ye, a new lunchtime challenger has entered the fray. Introducing Papadillas, folded crispy flatbreads filled with melty cheese, juicy meat, and tangy sauce for just $6. And behold, the newest member of this crunchy court, the grilled buffalo chicken papadilla with grilled chicken and zesty buffalo sauce that kicks like a jousting lance to the tongue for a mere $6. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Not valid with discounts, fees, and taxes extra. Prices may vary.
Hey, it's Greeny, and the NFL season is finally here. We'll look back on the first game and ahead to the first weekend filled with big matchups, plus the latest on the NBA playoffs and more with me, Greeny.
Catch Greeny from 12 to 2 p.m. on 93.9 The Ville.
For the largest selection of unique engagement rings, visit Shane Company. Whatever your budget, you'll feel welcome and at ease with a knowledgeable, non-commissioned team. Ask us anything.
Hi, I'm Jacob, a Shane Company jewelry consultant. I had a customer come in who was looking for an engagement ring for his girlfriend. He wanted to surprise her with a ring that had a big, impressive look, but he had a limited budget. I told him he could get a bigger center stone for his budget by choosing a white sapphire instead of a diamond. Our natural sapphires are hand-selected for their beauty by Tom Shane himself. That's one way to get a bigger look for your money. Another idea. Select a ring style with a halo setting. The halo framed around the center diamond makes it look even more spectacular. And remember, at Shane Company, you can upgrade the center stone anytime and only pay the difference from what you originally paid. Visit us today or book an appointment online. We'd love to help you get started.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and shaneco.com.
Hey, this is Steve Rummage, and I have one question for you. What good is having that beautiful home with that beautiful view if you can't see through the grit and grime of your windows? Or every time you try to open them, it feels like an extensive workout. Let's face it, you and your home deserve better. That's why I'm here to tell you about Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted most efficient in 2019 and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, including all 5-star reviews, which means they're exactly what you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive in Louisville, Kentucky, or call 502-494-0120. Again, that's Windows Plus, so make the call.
GE Appliance Park is now hiring full-time positions, and for a limited time, second shift new hires are eligible for a $500 incentive. Apply today at makeitatthepark.com. GE Appliances. We make good things for life.
Pat Jaggers here, and Louisville football is back. Be sure to join me this Saturday at 6 o'clock for the official pregame show on 93.9 The Ville. We'll lead you up to kickoff as we talk with senior linebacker C.J. Avery, discuss the upcoming season, and keep you up to date on all the latest with the Cards matchup with Western Kentucky. Then immediately after, keep it locked right here as Mark Ennis once again hosts our official postgame coverage. We'll hear live from head coach Scott Satterfield, player sound, and more. It all begins Saturday at 6 o'clock on 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
He's coming down the backfield, and then you just saw DeMarcus Robinson. And a very good offensive line. Second down and 3. Big hole. Edwards-Helaire will take it to the end zone. What a debut for this guy. And he's over 100 yards. It's 102 yards on a 27-yard touchdown run. This Kansas City Chiefs offense was, they weren't really physical on the offensive line. They didn't get a lot of push. Legio Simile may be changing that for Kansas City. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire is adding an explosive element. This is a much better blocking front of anybody. It's all about the quarterback. If you have one of those guys, then you always have a chance to win it all. Edwards-Helaire. Helaire scoots through a small opening.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maven, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. B Hall, you were waiting for me to step on that, weren't you?
I know, right? Look, Brian, we have said, look, every 11:30 on Friday, Brian's been playing this, so I was like, that's perfect.
It's the last break before the weekend. It gets us ready for the weekend.
Also, let me get you ready for the weekend and for the rest of your day. This weekend, Louisville football returns to the gridiron to take on Western Kentucky. Once again, ESPN Louisville is your place for the latest as we lead you up to kickoff. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 6 o'clock for the new Louisville football pregame show with Pat Jaggers on 93.9 The Ville. Taylor Lynch is going to be joining him most times, but I think he's off this week. But let me give Pat a little prop here, though. Pat's taking this pregame show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pat's got C.J. Avery on tomorrow. You interested in hearing from your captain linebacker before the game?
Who wouldn't be?
Yeah, right. I am. Pat's got some guests lined up, man. I know you're going to be hearing over the. He's taking this pretty serious, man. And I mean, over the year, you're going to have players on this pregame, coaches on this pregame. So this is going to be something you're going to want to start to tune into your regular, your regular pregame. Yeah. So shout out to him. Then directly following the game, join Mark Ennis for our official postgame coverage. And Mark always does a great job at the football postgame. They say around 11 o'clock. I think it's going to be a little later than that. But they'll be on 93.9 The Ville, and you'll hear live from head coach Scott Satterfield, player songs, maybe if they win, who knows. They'll take your calls, text, and more. I know, right? also, though, we got some other stuff. You're home for Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. I still say this was Drew Diener's greatest creation. Is right here on ESPN Louisville. And Sunday, the Browns take on the Ravens at 12:30 on 93.9 The Ville. Lamar and the Ravens are presented by Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life, and Molly Malone's, the official Lamar bar, all season long. So if I didn't help you out enough here, let me help you out today too. Thanks to George and Barano's team for dropping off lunch to ESPN Louisville Studios. If you're thinking of lunch or dinner, Barano's has you covered tonight and this weekend. It's perfect for home gating. That's awesome. Is that what we're calling it? Home gating? That's tremendous. Perfect for home gating of the games this weekend. So when you're going to open that garage up, you got that garage TV going. You look, you're going to have your 10, 15 people over. Y'all going to load up some Barano's pizza, watch the game. It's going to be awesome. All Barano's are also now delivering alcohol, so you can get your beer. Carry out and delivery to your home. Support local. Select Barano's locations also have limited seating with social distancing practicing. Yeah, it's that good, Barano's.
Also, with the temperature changing every day in Louisville and other parts of Kentucky, temperature control is very, very important. So DFH Company is the company for you. For all of your heating or cooling needs, simply dial 968-6222. Or you can even look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Find out about their Mitsubishi ductless mini split for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222. Or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Really, really quick, Steve. We did not get a chance to talk about this on air. I don't know how much of a conversation, if none at all. Brian Hall, did you watch the NBA last night?
A little bit. I kind of was back and forth. I was more watching the NFL game.
The last few minutes of the Laker-Houston game. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to paint a picture. So I'm assuming you didn't see this play.
I did not.
Okay. The Lakers pretty much established they were going to win. It got kind of close late, 5-point game. We're talking about, 25 seconds. They pushed it up to 8, right? I think it's an 8-point game. Ball gets stolen. Fast break. Rondo's leading the break, right? He's kind of in front. Behind Rondo, you have a LeBron James just booking it to get down there to finish this dunk, right? And we're talking about the end, the last couple seconds of the game. Behind LeBron James, you have a Russell Westbrook looking like a Tasmanian devil in his eyes, right?
Yeah.
If you're Russell Westbrook, do you let Rondo throw that ball off the glass and LeBron dunk it? Or do you chase?
No, you swat that ball into the third row.
Do you stop LeBron from getting that dunk?
I think that's a. I mean, I get both standpoints because I understand, LeBron and them, they're just having fun. The game's over, but it's also kind of a slap in the face to the opposing team. So if I'm Russell Westbrook or anybody on the Houston Rockets, I'm like, I'm pulling the Kevin Garnett, no easy buckets.
Steve?
You know what I'm talking about with the Kevin Garnett?
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Garnett swatted every ball, no matter if it was 3 seconds after the whistle. He was like, and the guy's just going to do a practice layup. He's like, no easy buckets.
Yeah, no, look, that part I totally agree with because, look, I'm not going to let you get just a free shot and let you watch it go through, like while everybody's walking, like no, absolutely not. Yeah, I would have.
When you think back on the play, you'd have fouled LeBron.
I'd have fouled LeBron. I wouldn't have done what Russell Westbrook did and just kind of run up under him. Like,
so how would you have fouled him? Would you just two-hand grab him?
Bear hugged him?
Yeah.
Just try to grab him?
Yeah, you're not jumping for this. Look, you can get mad at me for a second. You'll be fine. You know what I'm doing. Yeah.
Because it's also kind of a show of respect. Like, hey, I'm fouling you, but I'm gonna hold you, like, not let you get hurt. I'm just, fouling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave him a nice little back end push on that last play, and I was trying to think of the basketball etiquette on that one. I might have let him dunk it and then threw the ball at him or something.
Let me ask you this. So if he did grab LeBron like we're talking, like a bear hug, do they call it flagrant foul or?
Yeah.
Probably.
But I'd rather take the bear hug flagrant foul than the push in the back.
I agree.
But that's when he grabs you and he still dunks it. You try to grab his jersey, you just rip his jersey, he still cranks it. just going monster. Okay, what are we gonna do? 3 and 2?
Oh yeah, man. I think maybe 3 and 2.
Let's talk about it. 3 college, 2 NBA. 2 NFL. Okay, so are we doing top 25? Are we doing mandatory conference?
This week we just conference.
Okay, so what is going to be our site, our given site to choose from? We should get this sponsored, by the way. Okay, which site are we going to get our picks from?
All right, so let's see. I'm looking at top 25 games. There's not a lot of great matchups. We got Texas taking on UTEP.
Wait, what site are you using?
Taking on Wake Forest. We got Oklahoma taking on Missouri State. We got Notre Dame taking on Duke. Iowa State taking on Louisiana. North Carolina, Syracuse. That might be a good one. Central Florida International.
We do got some Big 12 then.
Are we going to step our game up and go against the spread? We kind of have to, right?
Kind of have to this week, probably. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You have to again. You have to this week. Not in the NFL, but in college. Yeah, in college you have to.
Oh,
because like the best game that I saw was a Syracuse North Carolina game. And that's a 23-point spread.
Yeah, it looks like we have to. What site are you using, Brian?
So I'm using ESPN right now.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, we're just gonna make that our.
It's just what I pulled up. You want me to change them?
No. I'm just asking which one y'all want to use.
That's perfect.
Okay.
No, let's do it.
Okay, ESPN.com. Do you have all the spreads on it?
Yeah. So do you want me to kind of just start? So let's see. Florida International against number 21 Central Florida has been postponed. Syracuse at number 18 North Carolina. That is a 23-point favorite towards North Carolina. Do we want to do that one?
Yeah, that's a good
one. Since it's ACC?
That's a good one.
Okay. Let me see. Marcus.
23-point spread in favor of North Carolina at home taking on Syracuse.
I'm definitely taking Syracuse.
I am too.
Yeah, okay, I'll go with Syracuse in that one.
I'm going Syracuse with that.
Yeah, that one. Let's stay in the ACC. So Duke travels to Notre Dame. Number 10 Notre Dame is favorite by 20 points.
Oh.
Taking Duke.
Oh. 20 points for Notre Dame? Oh, God. Yeah, I got to take Duke.
Y'all?
I'll take Notre Dame.
Okay, that's fair. No, that one.
That's
that
a
one,
perfect.
That's
I got to get 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that one had me question a little more, though. I will say that's not a bad pick either way, but I'm gonna go Duke. Yeah.
Do we want to stay in the only other top 25 ACC game? Is number 1 Clemson taking on Wake Forest with Clemson favored by 33 at Wake Forest.
Gosh darn it.
At Wake.
Clemson. I'll Clemson all day.
How many points?
33 at Wake Forest.
Golly.
Yeah, I got Clemson every day, twice on Sunday.
How many points?
33.
Golly.
Yep.
Would they run up the score like that in Wake Forest?
Yes. They will. It's not would they. They will.
And they won't think twice about it,
No.
will they?
Yeah, I mean, like, that game be 42-0 easy.
Oh.
Yeah, that's easy money. I'm in with that one.
Okay, Steve is taking Clemson.
Yep.
Brian is taking who?
I don't know.
I'm kind of thinking about this here. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Clemson too.
Yeah,
33 points.
Yeah. Just waiting on you.
I'm gonna take Clemson. Golly.
Yeah. No, I
They're
don't
just
know
gonna
why
run
that took
up
you
a
so
number.
long.
God,
Yeah, they're
I just want to respect some teams sometimes.
They're gonna win that game 52-7 or something.
Isn't that terrible how excited we are for college football and the best games we can come up with have 20 to 33 point spreads?
Oh, I know. We probably have to do. We'll do. How about this? We'll do 3 college, 2 NFL, and then always do the Louisville game.
Always.
Yeah, that's like the extra.
Okay.
There's the extra game. Yeah, the +1.
Okay, well, I have one that we could possibly switch out if you guys wanted to cross one off. Georgia Tech is at Florida State, and that's a 12.5 point spread.
Why don't we just do 5 college and 2 NFL?
We could still do 4 college, or
let's just do 5. Let's do that one, and then let's do
and
Louisville.
but that counts the Louisville in the 5.
Yeah.
So you add Georgia Tech. Okay, add Georgia Tech, Florida State.
Yeah.
12-point spread. I'll take Florida State.
Yeah, I would too. I'd go Florida State.
Yeah, I will too. So that doesn't help. We only have one difference right now, and that was me picking Notre Dame over Duke.
That's fine. Early, it's going to be that way early. We do that. We did that last year too.
So Louisville WKU is according to ESPN, an 11.5 point spread.
I'm gonna take Louisville.
Jeez.
I'm gonna take Louisville. Yeah, I'm gonna take Louisville.
Like, who are we kidding?
Yeah, we all got that. So.
Okay.
All right, so now we need to figure out the NFL game. So let's see. The Ravens are going to be taking on the Browns, and the Ravens are 7.5 point favorites at home.
We always pick the Ravens. This is 93-9. How about this? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm saying I'm not meaning that to sound like.
So you want to do 2 NFL games, one with the Ravens?
But let's let one always be. Look, it's 93-9 the Ville. We're the home of the Ravens.
Are we doing this by spread though?
Yes.
NFL?
Yeah.
Yes.
You want to do spread in the NFL?
7.5 for the Ravens at home.
See, now you're going to make us pick more. Like NFL, 7.5 to me might as well be 50.
I know in the NFL.
Yeah, the NFL.
So
I'm
you just take the team.
I'm saying, I just pick a winner in the NFL. I mean, 7.5. Are you taking any NFL team 7.5? There's no way. No, absolutely not.
Right.
No chance. The Browns. Give me the Browns. Like, you know what I'm
You
saying?
want the Browns?
No. Well, no. I'm saying I think we should.
The spread.
Yeah, if I was picking the spread, I say in the NFL we pick.
If it's
winners.
8.5, you got to take the underdog every time.
Yeah. I'm never taking a 8 point spread in the NFL. Like so.
All right, so these are some debatable games for our last one. We can do Bears Lions for Maben. We could do Packers Vikings for Brian. We could do our affiliate of our other sister station, the Colts taking on the Jaguars.
Nobody cares about the Colts.
Or we could do the Chargers Bengals. Or one more, Bucks Saints.
I like the Minnesota Green Bay.
Wait, time to freak out.
Go ahead.
Y'all just gonna act like the Cowboys and the Rams ain't playing?
Do they?
Like,
okay.
Like,
What about the Cardinals 49ers?
100 games. Like this is. Listen, okay.
I don't think the Rams are going to be very good this year.
No, the Cowboys are going to win. I mean, I just wanted to acknowledge that you acknowledged it. Okay, I say Rams. I say Bucks Saints. That's my vote. Yeah.
Okay, so it's the Bucks at the Saints. The Saints are we're not doing spreads.
Yeah, I'd say, but I am still curious of the spread though.
3.5 for the Saints in their home.
Okay.
I'll take the Saints.
I'm taking the Bucks.
I know.
Give me the Bucks, man. Game 1, Game 1 going in there. They have a new, reinvigorated. Give me the Bucks, man. To go into New Orleans and win the game.
Nah, I'm going to take the Saints. I'm buying that the Bucks will be good eventually, but I don't think they're going to be quite as good as everybody thinks. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that they're going to be a playoff team. I think that they're going to be good, but I don't know if they're a Super Bowl contender yet.
Okay.
They got to prove it to me. They got to prove it to me.
I think so many people are just Bucks heads right now. That, you know what, Johnny?
Because they went from being like the 25th to 28th ranked team, add Tom Brady and Leonard Fournette, and they're like, we're gonna win the Super Bowl.
I know. Well, they added Tom Brady, Leonard Fournette,
and
Gronk,
Gronk,
and they got.
No, they're good. They're good.
I'm three best wide receiver duos.
No. I'm not down talking them at all. Like,
is Fournette gonna take Ronald Jones' spot?
Definitely.
Yeah, I think so. Not
right away.
But not this week. Yeah,
it'll be like week 2 or 3. And don't get me wrong, like I think the Bucks are one of the best teams in the NFL. I'm not buying all the hype just yet.
That's fair.
Let me think about it too, because I don't know, because Kamara might be a little, angry right now.
But Brady's got to prove to me not only that he can play without Belichick, but that he's not like fading, because last year he was not his regular self.
I would agree with that.
So, and I'm not saying that he can't be. Like, he definitely can be, and he might get him a lot more freedom in the Bucs offense to be the player that he's capable of being. But last year was one of his worst seasons so far, and that's his worst season's better than still half the league. I'm just saying.
I'm switching to the Bucs.
You got it.
I'm switching to the Bucs. The reason I'm switching to the Bucs is because Alvin's not going to be happy.
Okay.
And you're not listen. It's one of those things like I don't see him risking his body quite the same in this game. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because I know. Listen, he's just seeing all these people get their money.
Well, like there was a report that came out like a couple weeks ago that he was like, or a couple days ago, he's like close to getting done, and now it's still not done. It was like closing in, and then it never happened. Never was an announcement.
Yeah. I think those guys just kind of start taking care of their body just a little bit cleaner. Avoid Drew Brees sticking me out on this, putting me in the middle of the field in a dangerous position. So yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
And you forget how many interceptions your boy threw last year for the Bucs. James.
Yeah. Oh, Winston.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So it's like the team.
Just game management.
Yeah, the team wasn't bad.
No, I agree. But I'm not down talking the Bucs at all. Like I still think they're one of the best 4 or 5 teams in the NFL. I got to see more if they're going to win a Super Bowl.
Did we all pick the Ravens? Are we all going Ravens then?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just making sure.
So basically, so I wrote them all down so that we have them.
Cool.
We all picked Louisville over Western Kentucky. We all picked Florida State over Georgia Tech. We actually all picked Clemson covering that 33-point spread against Wake. You guys picked.
I really want to change that, but I'm not going to.
Go ahead, change it. And you're going to be sitting there on Monday going, "Oh my God, I knew that game was going to be 63-0."
So do you want Wake Forest maybe?
No, I'm going to leave with Clemson.
Okay, so we're all in agreement on Clemson being 33-point favorites. You guys picked Duke as 20-point underdogs at Notre Dame, and I picked Notre Dame. We all picked Syracuse as 23-point underdogs to North Carolina. We all picked the Ravens over the Browns, and you two guys picked the Bucs, and I picked the Saints.
Fair enough.
So our only differences is Saints Bucs, and that'll be me with the Saints, you guys with the Bucs, and then the Notre Dame Duke game where I picked Notre Dame and you guys picked Duke.
Steve,
I agree with the
why
texter
did you pick
too.
Duke?
I gotta give the texter too, real quick. Like next week, we'll be a little more prepared with this. We'll have the games already picked out. Well, look, we kind of did this one on the fly.
Are they giving us hell on the?
Well, just one. Well, they're good. They're good texters though. It's just kind of.
You're disappointed that we didn't have
it
all mapped
having
out.
some fun that we all picked the same.
Yeah. Look, it's one of those like I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed in y'all. Like,
y'all were totally unprepared for this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we have 7 games. We only have 2 that we picked different.
No, like, well, this is interesting.
But
so,
we had to make some rules and
so we'll be a little bit better on this next
Hey, Texter, have you ever done a fantasy football draft?
Well deserved. Okay, so what you got up for the weekend, Steve? Is it just are you just gonna piss your wife off by staring at the television in sports? I can handle that. Are we sure Baker Mayfield isn't going to spoil Lamar's first game of the season? Yeah, I'm watching Stephen A. Smith bloviate over it, and it's like, oh, don't spoil my opening game. just nice way to start your year. And here's the thing. I'm going back to wishing my hours away to get to the games, which I'm not supposed to be doing. Does anybody play tonight? So I'm gonna need a game. I'm gonna need some kind of good game to get through the night. As always, 8150 90. Go ahead. As always, 8150 939 is the number. 3831 939 is the text line. YouTube channel made for the Ville. Middays with Marcus Maven on 939 The Ville.